First of all, I just want to say we are only two episodes. This episode and the next episode, and then we completed season 1. Yup. These next two episodes will be the last episodes of the first season until we move on to season 2 of The Simpsons. Like, wow, we have already completed the first season of The Simpsons. And let me just say, no episode of the seasons by far I did not like. Were not my favorite. I have liked all the seasons by far of The Simpsons. And we are going, in this episode, episode 12, is all about Krusty the Clown, Bart and Lisa's hero. And pretty much some crimes, serious things that happened here. Welcome back to a new review on The Simpsons. So if you didn't see the last one, go and check it out. The last few ones, go and check it out. So we see Krusty the Clown, or the kids watching Krusty the Clown, and they say if he went off the air, what would they do if he went off the air? And Bart and Lisa said that they would kill themselves. Yeah, like literally, they do say that they would kill themselves if Krusty the Clown went off the air or something happened to him. Which he eventually has, or he shows that he has a birthday child with his assistant that's helping him, Bob. And we see also that this mouse that's tormenting this cat, and Marge is like, what kind of violence? I mean, it's kind of like a parody of Tom and Jerry, and I love it. Marge calls Homer to bring some ice cream because her sisters are coming over to sew some slides, which of course, knowing Homer and Margie's sisters, yeah, he's not happy. Yeah, she is not happy. So they come in. Homer goes to the store and gets some ice cream and some extra ice cream for the road, and tells why he looks so sad. He steps on, you guessed it, Krusty the Clown's foot. And Krusty the Clown has a gun. Yup, Krusty the Clown has a gun. And Homer dives into a bag of chips, and he points the gun at the cash register, the cashier, and robs the store, and he runs off. So, sewing more slides. The sisters sewing more slides. Homer describing the suspect to the policeman, which, yeah, it turns out it's Krusty the Clown. His own son and daughter's hero. Childhood hero. He doesn't know how he's gonna break it to the kids. So we see Krusty the Clown pouring some wine, I guess, and the SWAT team come and arrest Krusty the Clown for robbery. Which, at the police station, Homer is having to describe which one is the criminal. Which he starts laughing, and then he just says 4. And we get a funny joke of still sewing the slides, and Marjorie and the kids are falling asleep. Which Homer does come, and he says that it's great that he missed the slides. And he's got some bad news, but he remembers the news, because he's going to be on the news. Which, before that, Homer tells Bart about Krusty, and, well, they say, and it's too late, because Bart and Lisa and Maggie says what happened. Krusty gets arrested, and we see some footage of it as well, and, yeah. Bart just can't believe about this. That Krusty would do something like this. His own hero. And we get some funny jokes and stuff here and there. And now we reach court. Krusty keeps saying that he didn't do it. He didn't do it, but nobody believes him. Now the court is in session. At first, Krusty says he's guilty, but he says not guilty because he's, again, used to being on TV. So they try to do some convincing, which they get Homer up there. And Homer, of course, points to Krusty and the video footage. Yep, and then he points at Krusty. Which see, Marjorie and Homer start getting rid of all the Krusty toys and stuff. Which the priest, the pastor, is welcoming everybody to where they're going to light a fire. Which they do light a fire and burn all of the Krusty stuff. Merchandise. Back at court, Krusty is having to find Pacific Bay, which it turns out that he can't raid. Which, hey, I can't raid. So me and Krusty are on the same. But he still finds guilty. Yep, he still finds guilty. And then we see Sideshow Bob. Or Krusty's helper. That used to be just silent throughout it. Bart is trying to tell Lisa, convince Lisa that Krusty is innocent. And they gotta try to find his innocence. And they end up saying that basically some clues. Yeah, some different clues about Krusty. So eventually, Sideshow Bob does a diabolical laugh when he gets back to his dressing room. And Bart, Maggie, and Lisa come over to want to talk to him, but he has to do so. And he volunteers to have Bart on the talk show. And eventually, yeah, things go crazy. Because Sideshow Bob says something that makes Bart realize first of fate. And then realizing that is actually Sideshow Bob. Yup. Krusty the Clown's own helper was the one that robbed the bank, not Krusty. And he has proof because Sideshow Bob says the exact same thing that he said when Homer stepped on his foot when the scene first happened. And the fate, and again, Krusty's fate were small that he described. And the policemen actually do realize that they made a mistake, and they do catch the real culprit. Sideshow Bob is arrested, and he gets thrown into jail. Krusty the Clown is afraid, and he says that he got the trust of the kids again, and it was all thanks to, basically, all thanks to Bart, who believed in him all the way. So, Bart and everybody has a new picture, and gets all his merchandise back. A real sweet ending. Oh yeah, a really serious episode, too. And basically, I guess, really the first proper court episode. I mean, yeah, the episode where where Homer gets fired, but, you know, and nearly tries to commit suicide by drowning himself. But I don't proper say that as a proper courtroom. This feels like this is literally, I guess, the first proper court, right? And a crime episode, too, because Seems like Krusty committed a crime, but it turns out his own helper was the one all along. Was a big kind of twist. I was not expecting, literally. I was not expecting Sideshow Bob to actually be the one that committed the crime. Which was a really good twist. So yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Catch y'all next one.